Morning pages can help you with creativity, productivity, and reflection. Hello and welcome to my home. I'm Karen, thismainermom, and it's my goal to bring real life help for when life gets real. So when Brandy asked me if I would share more about my morning journaling, I was only too happy to do it. One, because I really want to be a help, and two, because I absolutely love my morning pages. Morning pages is not my idea. It comes from Julia Cameron, who wrote The Artist's Way, and it just caught on as great ideas do. Simply put, morning pages is 3 pages of your own handwriting, just writing whatever comes into your brain. So you're not thinking about it, you're not trying to get good spelling, you don't care about grammar. All you care about is writing what you think, no matter how random it is. So it seems a little crazy at first, and sometimes it can actually be hard, but day by day, as you get used to it, you'll come to love it. I know for me, I'm much more clear-minded when I do my morning pages. Once you get used to it, it's very addicting in all of the best ways. When you're doing your morning pages, you're not thinking that anyone is going to read it. Not your husband, not your best friend, and not your grandkids in 100 years. You're completely thinking that your eyes are the only eyes that are on this paper. Many people like to write whatever's bothering them in their morning pages. It could be something they're angry about, it could be something they're bothered or annoyed by, or something they're hurt by. They might write a letter to that person that hurt them or made them angry that they're never going to send. They just needed to get it out of their head. They'll write down the things that they're anxious about, because once those things are out, just like when we talk to a good friend, many times it clears our minds so that we can actually focus on what needs to be done during the day. Myself, I'm a very goal-oriented person. In fact, I just had a memory as I was preparing what I was going to say in this video of myself as a little kid coloring. And I'm not kidding you that I would actually plan how many pages a day I wanted to complete in my coloring book. And I would pretend it was my job. And I really love doing it. So I tend to be a very goal-oriented person. So that tends to be what happens in my morning pages. My morning pages ends up being a lot about what I would like to do in life, maybe what my goals are and what my dreams are. My morning pages can be where my YouTube channel is headed, what I'd like to do in my future. It might be my goal for a future dream home. It's whatever I happen to be thinking about. And so it's important not to overthink your morning pages, just write. And over time, day by day, you're gonna find that your mind is clearer because you're getting all that garbage out, and you are actually finding some good ideas that you want to take a hold of. You're noticing trends in what you're thinking and areas where you want to apply it, maybe things you want to start doing. You're finding things you want to stop doing. You're finding things you should continue doing. So my morning pages often includes a lot of goals and to-dos and things that I want to do, maybe things I'm afraid to do. So the whole point of morning pages is before you've had a chance to be kind of infected by the world, before you've looked at social media, you're paying attention to what your own brain is thinking. My morning pages takes me about 30 minutes. I use this journal, so you can see the page size. It's not really huge. Some people actually like to use 8.5 by 11 pages, and that's great. Whatever you're comfortable with, there's no real rules. The only rule is that you write. I also prefer to have a nice flowing pen, so this is a pen that I got. It's purple and I love it because it's purple. See? Sometimes I can't find my purple, and so then I just grab a blue one, whatever I can grab, because I don't want to be stopped. As far as where you do your morning pages, it really doesn't matter. In fact, sometimes I'm sitting in my bed with a pillow as my desk. Sometimes I'm at my desk. Sometimes I might be in the living room on the couch. It honestly depends on where I can go to have solitude. You might want to listen to music. I mentioned in a more recent video that I like Dan Musselman. He has instrumental piano worship music. I really love that. But I do also have days where I want it completely silent. So it's whatever helps you and whatever helps your thoughts to flow. I've also had people tell me that they cannot think a straight thought at any time in the morning, And so I would say that the earliest time that you can put thoughts together would be a great time to do morning pages. But I do know some people have turned that idea into evening pages because their thoughts tend to flow at night. And you have to do what works for you. My biggest advice with morning pages is if you miss a day, don't beat yourself up. Don't try to make it up. Just start the next day and keep on going. If it bothers you to have the date, don't write the date. It's okay. I like to write the date and the time, and a lot of times I'm starting with what the weather's like because it's just a way to get my thoughts thinking. Something else you might like to try if your brain gets stuck, let's say you just said, I would like to start a YouTube channel. Now, you can't think of anything else to say, so ask yourself why. I would like to start a YouTube channel because I'd like to help women who are struggling. Why? I've struggled in my life and now I want to help other people. Why? And you could just keep asking yourself why. Another thing I've done before is days when I'm really discouraged, I've written a letter to myself. I write a letter saying all the things I would say if I had a friend who was discouraged in the same way I am. I'll just write a letter, and I'll write a letter to me. Sometimes I'll have a Bible verse or a quote that will come to my mind, and I'll jot it down and I'll write what it means to me or why I appreciate that thought. I might write the things I'm thankful for. I might write the things that I think stink and are horrible. I might write what I wish would change about my life. I might daydream about what the perfect life would be like. I might think about where I want to be when I'm older and elderly, what I hope happens. But I have to say that what is mostly in my personal pages do tend to be goals that I have or things that I want to do. And so a lot of times I'm afraid, I just had this great creative thought. I don't want to forget it. What if I forget? So here's what I've done. This is what I've added to my morning pages. I have this little notebook that I got for $1 and I named it Actionables. And so what I do is I go back later in the day, or maybe I'll do this once a week, where I will just scan my morning pages and I'll pull out things that I was saying that I wanted to do, and I'll write it as a to-do list. And so at a separate time, I'm actually turning some of those goals into actionable steps. I'm not trying to do that in my morning pages because morning pages is all about just throwing it up on the page and just letting it flow. If you have any more questions about morning pages, or if you would just like to share how you use your morning pages or your morning journaling, I hope you'll let me know in the comment section below. I feel like I'm giving you my take on morning pages, but other people might have other ideas that are even more helpful to you. So you might have ideas that are more helpful to people right now than what I've just shared. So please let us all know in the comment section below. So I encourage everyone to be in those comments, reading and commenting and having a conversation. And I promise I'll be right down there with you. So these are my morning pages. I hope this was helpful to you. I hope you always remember that I love you and that more importantly, God loves you, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye.